Stalin is dead. Who will continue Stalin's communist legacy?
A new leader quickly assumes power, Nikita Khrushchev. He completely denounces all of Stalin's horrible actions against the Soviet people.
Предлагаем вашему вниманию проекты декларации, подготовленным советским правительством.
With the USSR in ruins, we wonder what Khrushchev will turn to in a means of a homeland.
Народы хотят достойной жизни.
Oh,
On October 4th, 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik 1, the first orbiting satellite in space. The United States scrambled to put their satellite in space as well. But America's first attempt didn't go so hot.
While the US was able to catch up to the Soviets in 1958 with their first successful satellite launch, the Soviet Union was hard at work to put the first man in the orbit. In April of 1961, the USSR launched the first man in the space, Yuri Gagarin, aboard the Vostok 1 rocket. A year later, in 1962, America's John Glenn became the first American in orbit, but the United States was lagging behind.
The United States is lagging behind. President John F. Kennedy made it the United States' goal to put a man on the moon before the decade was over. Kennedy was determined to see the United States get ahead, but unfortunately, before he could see the nation's progress, he was shot in the head.
On July 20th, 1969, Neil Armstrong became the first man to walk on the moon. After the historic moon landing, the United States and the Soviet Union stopped trying to outdo one another. In 1975, both nations collaborated to launch the first crewed international space mission called Apollo-Soyuz.
An American Apollo spacecraft docked with a Soviet Soyuz spacecraft in orbit, and crew members from both missions were able to meet and exchange gifts while on board.
This formally marked the end of the competitive space race. Tensions were eased between the United States and the Soviet Union. Some debate if the space race was really necessary. Was it a matter of wasted resources and money for the sake of being better than another nation? The answer is no. The legacy of the space race still lives on, inspiring generations to explore the world beyond their own.
Stalin is dead.
Stalin is dead! America's John Glenn became the first American in